Peace and blessings. I'm Mawakana Onifere, one of the founding members of the Sistahs of the Calabash, and I'm here on behalf of all of us who want healing to take place at Carson Beach, in Boston, and around the country. So Sistahs of the Calabash is a collective of women, womxn, femme, spirited healers. We are afro-indigenous to this land and the lands that our ancestors come from. We are an organization that believes that healing should be in all modalities that deal with African-based and indigenous medicine and spirituality. We are ones that are here to provide safe spaces for our expression. So we are also the founders of lyas, which is a sanctuary held at Black Market in which we are communing once a month. We are also an apothecary. So we have other members of Sistahs of the Calabash that are across the country. We are ones that say that it is important to carry on the legacy of our ancestors as we heal one another and fight for justice. So we are in solidarity with Save the Harbor when it comes to acknowledging and making a strong stance for the injustices and racism that has happened for many years, going back to the 70s and 60s, where Black and brown people were not allowed to be here at Carson Beach. And if it wasn't for the protesters of 75 and also 77 to make headway, we would not be able to be here today. But during that time, there was a lot of trauma because the people around here, Black and brown people around here, were often dismissed. And it got to the point where when it came to Carson Beach, it was a matter of police brutality. So we were met with police brutality when we said no more. We are here to claim the beach. And so even as recent as last month, 2 women tried to organize a Juneteenth celebration. And once again, they were met with racism and they were met with police who were targeting them for being present. And this is only last month. So we are here today as Sistahs of the Calabash, as well as our network of healers who are present today, to call on our ancestors, to call on our orishas, our African deities, to call on the protesters that have gone before us into the great spirit world, to say that we are still here, we are still reclaiming spaces that we should be in, we are still calling out injustices, not only here at Carson Beach, but we're calling out injustices and atrocities and murders for all Black, brown, indigenous people, not only in this country, but around the world. Today, we will walk us through ceremony and also our own intentions. This is what we've always done as Black, brown, indigenous people. We have always called on our ancestors. We have always called on the spirit world to help and guide us in times of devastation, in times of loss, but also in times of hope. And that's what we represent. We'll be calling on the waters. We'll be calling on the deities of the waters, the African deities of the waters, to ensure that this is the beginning of a healing journey. And that is why we're here. So we will now begin our ritual by pouring for the Orisha or the deity by name of Eshu. Eshu is one that is a Orisha that clears the way, and we need Eshu to be present today to clear the way so that we may begin this healing journey. Eshu Adada Salemi O, Eshu Adada Salemi, Bodi Bodi O Salemi Ji, Eshu Adada Salemi. Keshu Mashe, Keshu Mashe, Eshu Mashe Mio. Eshu, we come to you, calling on you to clear the way. Only you know who lies at the crossroad. We know that our ancestors has lied at the crossroad many a time, particularly to lay their bodies down for protest, for movement, and for hope in our future. Another tradition around all the African and indigenous brown and black people around the world is to call on our ancestors, the ones who have come before us, the ones who have given us strength, the one who has given us wisdom. And so I will sing a song that they sing in the Yoruba language that talks about the African masquerade that happens in the cities. And when the ancestors' masquerades come out, all the community people come out to honor their own ancestors. So there's a way in which we do it, and that the community joins in. So I have the healers here who will represent the communities. So the refrain goes, hey, hey, baba, oh, baba, oh.
Hey, baba, baba.
Hey, hey, yeah, yeah, oh, yeah, yeah, oh.
Hey, hey, yeah.
Okay, and so we do that. We are calling on our ancestors on our mother's sides. We're calling on our ancestors on our father's sides. Ancestors, we calling you to ensure that you are present. We calling you to ensure that you give us the courage, the strength, the love, compassion, and steadfastness that it takes to continue to fight for our freedoms, for our voice, for our brown, black, indigenous bodies to be seen and to be known. And we're pouring on ancestors because we want to ensure the Egungun also know their ancestors. Egungun, we are here. We want you to know that we need you. We need you to ensure that we can continue to fight to be here at Carson Beach as brown, black, and indigenous people. Asheo, Asheo, Asheo.
Like many people here, I'm a guest on these lands. I'm from the Tunica Biloxi tribe of Louisiana. The song that I'm going to sing is the Daybreak song, and this is one of the songs that we do whenever we leave an offering for our grandparents, great-grandparents, aunties, uncles who have crossed into the spirit. Yo, 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 hey, yo, can't know, hey, yo, can't know, yan away, yan away, yan away. Woo! Okay. Gonna go in. You yo, 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 yo.
Everyone right now who has chi, either because you've been trained in Reiki or because you have the spirit chi, just rub your hands together with intentions. So now that we have given our chi and our energies to these offerings for what we call in Yoruba orishas, but the English version of that word is deities. And so in the tradition of all African, brown, and indigenous people, we believe that there is a divine universe. We believe that there is a divine creator, but we also acknowledge that that creator has also been in commune with other spirits that help to govern this world as below, as so above. And so we are calling on particular orisha or deities who are one with water. And as we call on each of the orisha or deities, we will say a few words about who they are and what they embody. But they all are orishas of the water. They all are deities of the water. We all can relate to the water. We all can relate to how we call her Mami Wata, the one that governs the shores, the ones that governs, our spiritual selves. And so regardless of what you may refer to the water, we know that she is powerful, that she is nurturing, and that she is healing. And so we're going to call on Oshun, who is a water deity that represents fertility. She represents sensuality. She is also a warrior. And when we call on her sweet waters, and although we're at Carson Beach and we know this is not a lake, we know this is part of the ocean, we still want to pay homage to Oshun. We say, yeah, Oshun, we thank you. We thank you for birthing us. We thank you. We thank you for your harmony. We thank you for your love. We thank you for your healing. We will honor the other water deity. She goes by the name of Olokun. Olokun is the ocean. She represents wealth. She represents wisdom. So Olokun, we offer you this watermelon and this maple syrup to represent molasses. Olokun, please give us your wisdom. Please give us your knowledge of wealth, for you are the one that can continue to help us heal. Asheo, Asheo, Asheo. Honey representing the sweet waters of Oshun. Yeye Oshuno. There's a song that goes, Ala, ala, ala sirere, Oshun, ala sirere moba, ala, ala, ala sirere, Oshun, ala sirere moba. We'll pour one more time for Olokun. Maple honey, maple syrup representing molasses. Olokun, you're the one that has our ancestors who didn't make the Atlantic slave trade. They died in your arms and in your bosoms in the water. Oshun, may you continue to heal Carson Beach. May you continue to heal all of us. Asheo, Asheo, Asheo. You don't have to be one who has been trained as a healer. You already are a healer. And you can heal thyself and you can heal others. So bring your own intentions to Carson Beach. Bring your own intentions to any waters in this area. Unless we don't continue to come forth, then we will always be on the outskirts of the lands that belong to us. And so I encourage you to empower yourself to come here, to empower yourself to go to other places and claim your birthright to be here and to be present. So we're on Instagram as SOC Iliashe. You can also find us through Seed of Oshun. That's lyas, and we also are at Healing to Live, also on Instagram. So those are some of the ways you can locate us.